So finishing up on to Nick, and the whole DNA thing. Um, it runs our psychology. I mean, it provokes the origins of our psychology. And so we're going to sit there and do the why thing. So the kid asked the question why. All right, so we explain. Okay, you're this subjective animal. You're this lizard passions. Apish judgment, apish desires, apish conditioning, and then this intelligence thing that's running on top. And even the idea of explaining to a child that you can either use your brain to scheme for what you want, or you can define some principles of value in your little brain, and you can let those goals be your aspiration. You can try to achieve them, those better ideals. And that's a choice you're going to have as an individual. That'll define the character of your life, is whether you just complete yourself or whether you help complete the world around you. Those will be judgments you can make about what is more valuable. Without imposing a philosophy, without brainwashing. You can just explain that that's really going to be your choice in life. Are you going to live for you, or are you going to live for what you have intellectually, humanly defined as valuable things? Is it all going to be about the special sauce, or is it going to be about something more, your existence? But yeah, when you go back to our origins, I mean, the whole damn thing, you're still going to you're going to walk right into this brick wall of why. And the why is crude forces, stupidity, idiotic nonsense. I mean, even asking the parents, well, why did you have me? I mean, why? Why do I exist? Why do I exist? If they're gonna honestly answer the fucking question, they're gonna say for no fucking good reason, because we have wants and desires, and we decide to act on our wants and desires. But I can't give you any reasoning. I can't say to you, I had children because I didn't think the risk that you would be born with spina bifida was high enough to stop me. And I thought there was some, I kind of got the idea that maybe you would live through me, or somehow I would live through you, or whatever, some kind of bullshitty eternal life thing, because I'm a fucktard. And, and the mother would say, oh, because I wanted something to love me unconditionally, so I could be an asshole and it would still love me. I could be a drunken pig and it would still love me. The answers aren't going to be very fucking good. Alright, so a kid's already going to be in big trouble. So, because its origin is going to suck. Not only it's the origin of its parentage, its direct parentage is going to suck. It's going to suck going back to the parentage above that is going to suck, and the parentage above that's going to suck. And then when you start going further back into their heritage, there's going to be some real fucktards back there. I mean, some of my ancestors 200 years ago were motherfucking Indian killing motherfucking pricks. Okay, so I mean, our heritage sucks, and then we can go through that human heritage, and then we go back to the fucking animal that came out of the soup, and we can go all the way fucking back, and none of that heritage is going to be good. All of it's going to be driven by a DNA molecule, and ultimately that's all it is. It's just the goddamn desire, desire of a fucking molecule, and a desire that isn't felt, but is a desire that's just actualized in its fucking mechanics. It has a mechanics. Its mechanics says reproduce. And so I'm back to the robot thing. But yeah, we can build a machine that has that fucking mechanics, and we can throw it out into the universe, and we wouldn't be doing the universe any favor. Especially if those machines had, at any point in their history or their future, interacted with feeling things, because those machines wouldn't give a damn about the feelings. They wouldn't care whether life was good or bad for the sentient creatures. Alright? They would just look at them as, carbon whatever in the Star Trek movie, parasites, and that's the end. Something to eat. I mean, if it's not something to eat, it's something to sit on. It's something to use in some way to achieve what it wants. And but that's all life is doing here. It's the same damn thing, and the only thing that makes it a little bit different, well, a lot different, is this sentience thing. But we know where it came from. It came somewhere in the middle of this evolution of life, and it only exists because it was a tool that made the DNA molecule more successful. Period. That's why it exists. There's no magic to it. There's no eventual purpose to it, eventual accomplishment to it. We can do nothing with our existence here You know, I mean, I keep saying it, but what are we going to do? What are we going to build? What are we going to accomplish? We're not going to accomplish anything. We're just going to make a better special sauce for the Big Mac. We're going to find some, you know, we think we're really going to become more eccentric in what we desire. But this is still the same game. It's still the same glutton trying to find a way to shove the, you know, to satisfy the desire. We just keep injecting desire into these organisms, and they just keep playing the same game over and over and over and over, riding the same roller coaster. There's nothing else to do but play that game. That's the only game in town, because you're never going to desire to do anything else, because there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else that needs accomplishing. As soon as you create need, then you have to satisfy the need. Period. End of the game. And that's all this is. It's just this create a stupid need for no good reason, and then contrive a way to satisfy it. And we'll never do it completely successfully, and so that's why it's always going to be a zero-sum game. And the best we can do is reach the zero sum. The best we can do is get it back to neutral. And that's a perfect universe. In a perfect universe, we get back to zero. Okay, but anything less than perfection, we're going to be running a deficit.